on the other side that counts, the man on this side. I think he's going to let go this time. And that's the green flag that sends them on their way. 25 laps to come for this first time running of the Super Rod British Championship. Now the formula, of course, is still relatively new, and we've already got a couple of champions, an English champion and a national champion. He's here today, and that's car number 37, Terry Thorpe. There he is on the inside at the back at the moment. Former stock car British champion, another of the drivers who's made the switch from stock car racing to rod racing, in this case of course super rod racing. 37, Terry Thorpe from Hayes in Middlesex. Been going very well lately, and I think we shall begin to see him move through the field in a moment or two. These big engined hot rods, testing out the now somewhat slippery Ipswich circuit. The format going to be, I think, very much as usual on a winter meeting. A couple of laps for the drivers to let their tyres warm up and to get the feel of the raceway, to find out exactly how much grip there is there. 54 in a little bit of trouble, getting nudged on towards the inside, and the problem is if somebody pushes you towards the inside, the speedway track is there, and that shale is rather wet and rather sticky, and in fact if you get too far on the inside you can sink in quite deep very, very quickly indeed. But number 30 is the leader, Ken Biffin from Stoneleigh, and 23 is second, and 84 is third. That's the lead car, number 30, Ken Biffin. That Capri, and you can see he's opened out really quite a gap, and it's trying now to snow a little bit, but there's the gap. You can see the whole length of a bend, and with 6 laps gone he's already opened out that lead. 84 has now moved up into second place, Dave Allen, but he's going to have his work cut out, I don't think there's any doubt about that at all. And 73, Chris Colliver is third, and car number 4, Brian Conde from Wokingham, is next. So that's the order, and let's see now what they can do about closing some of these gaps and trying to get up on terms with the leading car. 84, Dave Allen there, that was the second place man. Right on his tail, 73, Chris Colliver. Funnily enough, there's 2 Chris Collivers in this race. 73, the one who's there in third place, and 74 is also Chris, and that is the son, father and son. There's the lead car coming around the outside of one of the slower ones. You can see really there it is slippery as you come out of that bend. If you try to put too much power on, then all you get is a wobble as you come down the straight. Still the same duel for second and third. 84 Dave Allen and 73 Chris Colliver. Swishing past on the outside and jumping up a couple of places. Number 3 Paul Conde, he's moved through very quickly from 6th place. And you can see, oops, steady, you can see why. With the way he shot past those other 2, certainly seems to have got the right tyre combination there. That's number 3 Paul Conde. We've got 2 Condes, Paul and Brian, cars 3 and 4. We saw number 4 earlier on, who was in fact 4th, but he's got left behind now. 10 laps gone in this 25 lapper, and I think this man is going to be under pressure very, very quickly now if Paul Conde can keep up the sort of speed he had on when we saw him. There he is, when we saw him a moment or two ago, nipping past second and third. He's going to be up behind number 30 before too long. In fact, the gap is already closing. So with 11 laps gone, number 30 is still the leader, Ken Biffin. Number 3, Paul Conde, is next. Number 16 has shot up into third place, Steve Dance from Reading. That's the leader now. Through the top turn, passing the slower back marker car. He probably at the moment thinks he's got a very comfortable lead, nothing to worry about. But car number 3, Paul Conde, is certainly making up ground fairly fast. And the third place man's not too far behind him, number 16, Steve Dance. And those three really have opened out almost a lap now ahead of 73 Chris Colliver and 77 Tony Roots. Behind them come 36, 4 and 20, but they're really spread out quite some long way. This is the man who's at the moment got it all to himself, and it's down now, his lead is down now to about a quarter of a lap. 30 is holding the lead, oh, and it's going to be lengthened a lot more, unless Paul Conde can hang on to it a bit tighter than that. And number 16 is a bit in trouble as well. Seems to be a bit of smoke coming out from the 16 car. It was certainly, it had some sort of an excursion into the fence or onto the centre green. Those two battling it away. In fact, 16, while number 3 Paul Conde was in trouble, 16, although he got into trouble, he managed to get out of it rather quicker and has nipped up to second place, with Conde down to third. But the two of them messing about there has really opened the gap out between them and number 30, the leader, back to what it was before, which is almost half a lap. And 16 is out. Steve Dance is out. That's him looking very sad. You can see what I mean about getting onto that shale and sinking in. He's well and truly out of the race. So we've lost our third place man, Steve Dance. A pity when he was going so well. So there's the leader, still number 30, Ken Biffin. And 84 doing silly things in front of him, and that of course is one of the problems. You get yourself a nice lead, you think you're going nicely, and then one of the back markers does something awfully silly, and unless you're wide awake, that can be your undoing very, very quickly indeed. Luckily he's got a bit in hand ahead of number 3, but he can't afford too many excursions like that. 18 laps gone of this 25 lapper. Still this car here, the second of these two, 30 in the lead. Ooh. He's a little bit wary of going past 84, Dave Allen now. He's not quite sure what he's going to get for his trouble. And I bet that 30 driver sitting there cursing and swearing, and of course you can see what's happened now. All that messing about and his hesitation in trying to go past 84 has allowed number 3 Paul Conde to come right up on his tail, in fact to come right alongside him, and now the pair of them have got to cope with 84 doing silly things in front of them. Now what's going to happen now as they come to this bend? First and second side by side, and Paul Conde's the one who gets the lucky break. He's the man who gets the lucky break. Well, they were side by sides. He couldn't go two ways at once, I suppose, so Paul Conde was the man. He took the inside, that's where the gap came, and he's through now to take it up. Number 3, Paul Conde now the leader, from number 30, Ken Biffin. And when you think it was only a couple of laps ago that number 30 had a clear half-lap lead, and just because of 84 dithering in front of him and perhaps a little bit of hesitation, Ken Biffin really should have had a go to get past. But no, he dillied and he dallied and he waited. And while he was dilly-dallying and waiting, this man came up to pinch it from him. And he's going to take a little bit of getting back. 3 more laps to go, 22 laps gone. Still number 3, Paul Conde the leader. 30, Ken Biffin is in second place. 77, Tony Roots is third. And number 20, Chris Marlowe is fourth, but they're a little way behind. Still, these two clear by about a quarter of a lap of the third place man. Number 77 there, Tony Roots. That's the lead car. Second place man, 20 yards or so behind. But I really can't see anybody challenging Paul Conde now. I think he's got this one sewn up. That's the second place man. One more lap to go when they come through this time. Conde got a little bit of smoke or steam or something coming out from the rear near side. Can't afford really to be too complacent. There's still another lap to go. Still time for people to do silly things in front of him. Inside the final lap. Coming off the turn to take the flag. He's home and he's dry. Number 3, Paul Conde, is the new Super Rod British champion. The second place man who held it for so long and perhaps threw it away. Number 30, Ken Biffin. And the man who's done so well there in that immaculate Capri, Paul Conde from Wokingham, the new Super Rod British champion.